Hello. So today I want to talk about the spiritual reasons for unwanted fat on the body, or we could say unnecessary fat on the body. And I first want to start out with saying this is not about body shaming because I don't condone that. That is not something that should ever be done. You should always love yourself, no matter what your weight is, no matter what your size is, no matter what you look like. You should always love yourself. That is first and foremost. But sometimes we end up storing unwanted body fat. And there's a spiritual reason for that. And that's what I want to talk about today. So, in the early part of humanity, people would instinctually store extra body fat for the winter months because they knew that the crops wouldn't be there and the hunting would probably be less. They had to store that body fat in order to survive the cold months. And although we don't have that situation now, we're able to go to a grocery store to purchase food so that we can survive throughout the cold months. Our bodies still instinctually will store extra body fat for a different reason. And that's what we're talking about here. It still has to do with survival instincts, protecting one's own self. When we store body fat, unwanted body fat, extra body fat, obesity, any of those things, we're storing it for emotional survival. Now, I know some people may be saying, well, I have a medical reason as to why I have extra body fat. Perhaps there's a thyroid issue or diabetes or a low metabolism. But all of that links back to a spiritual reason as well. Because everything that we manifest physically is first manifested internally. That's how manifestation works. It comes from the internal, your spiritual side, your spiritual self, and then it will manifest outwardly into the physical world or your physical self, the physical vessel, the body. And this all is connected to your emotional body. That is where the weight is ultimately being stored. And it stores it there for an emotional protection. It keeps that barrier between you and everything that is affecting you in a negative way emotionally. We can actually call unwanted and unnecessary body fat or obesity emotional weight. It's the emotions that we've carried around that we have not healed through. It's the traumas that we've experienced and we've not healed emotionally. We've not healed them spiritually. And therefore, we carry that extra emotional weight, which then manifests into a physical weight. So when you think of a diet, going on a diet to lose weight, what you really need to focus on is losing the emotional weight because that's where it begins. And some of this emotional weight that we need to lose would be like fear or regret or sorrow or emotional pain that we've been carrying, rejection or shame, guilt, carrying someone else's burdens, overgiving, self neglect, living in that survival mentality, doubt. All of these things, all of these emotions are what cause that emotional heaviness that actually manifests as a physical heaviness. And here's a key to unlock the emotional part of your body that the emotional weight is connected to. Wherever you carry the most weight, that's where it's connected to that chakra in the chakra system, the subtle body system, the energy system of the body. So, for instance, if you have had a lot of heartache or a deep sorrow, you're going to carry that in the heart chakra. So, you would be a person that would carry a lot of upper body weight. Whereas if you carry a lot of abdominal weight, a large belly, that would be connected to the sacral chakra. If it's a lower belly weight, or the solar plexus chakra if it's an upper belly weight. So a sacral chakra would be related to, um, you could have had sexual abuse in your life, a lack of creativity. You're not allowing your creativity to flow. You're not allowing your true soul essence to shine and to utilize your innate gifts. And if you have a solar plexus upper body, upper belly weight, that would be related to your will, your sense of self, your ambitions. If you're somebody that always gives in to everybody else. Now, if you carry your weight a lot in the thighs and in the rear end, and which is not a bad thing these days, so I wouldn't worry about that. But if you, you carry it in your thighs, if you have a lot of weight there, which you feel is unwanted, that would be connected to your root chakra. And that has to do with your stability, your sense of grounding, your foundation of who you are, the foundation of your beliefs, the foundation of yourself. Because what happens is the physical body will manifest the balance that is needed for the emotional body. Figure out where you're carrying the majority of your physical weight and then relate it to that chakra center. And then read about it. Read about that chakra center, and it will tell you all the areas that perhaps you have got emotional pain. Now, I know some of you may be saying, well, there's been people that have gone through trauma and they're thin. And yes, that does happen. Not everybody carries their trauma, the heaviness in their emotions. Some people carry it in the mental area of the body, which would be the mind. They have closed off their emotions. So their emotional body is not the one that's being affected. It's their mental capacity that is being affected. So the weight won't come out in a physical manifestation on the body. It will come out in different areas of their life. Of course, emotional heaviness will come out in different areas of your life too, but it's carried differently when it is carried mainly in the mental arena of the body. Ultimately, what is happening is if you have unwanted fat or you are obese all the way to that point, you are self protecting. You are in a mode of self preservation, a mode of survival, emotional survival. And this is the only way that the physical body can handle it. But you have to be willing to work through these things. It's not going to be just a simple okay, well, I have heartache, therefore I've got upper body fat, and we're just going to get rid of it. You have to actually work through that. That's called shadow work. And if you don't know what shadow work is, I have a video on shadow work. And some people may carry weight all throughout their body. It's from basically head to toe. And their whole chakra system is out of whack due to emotional trauma of some sort, emotional burdens. So, I wanted to share this spiritual truth with you today because it's important that we work on all parts of ourself, not just the physical. Going to the gym is great. Doing yoga, it's all great. You need to keep your body physically healthy. But more importantly, you need to keep your emotional body, your mental body healthy. And if you have weight that you may lose, but you gain it back, you lose it, you gain it back, or you just can't lose it at all, then you need to start looking at the root of the problem, the source of the problem. And that is the emotional body and the chakra that it's related to. So when Thanksgiving comes around next week, enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner. Don't stress over not eating this or not eating that. Enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner completely and allow your true soul essence to lead you to what to eat. If we rely upon our true soul essence to lead us to what to eat, there will be times where we have certain cravings. Don't deny yourself that craving. Don't overindulge, but do allow yourself to eat that craving because that's what your body needs. There's some sort of a nutrient in that food, even if it's like chocolate. There's some sort of a nutrient in that food that your physical body needs at this time. And your true soul essence, your higher consciousness is telling you, this is what your physical body needs right now. This is why I'm sending you a craving signal. So go ahead and eat that. And you'll find that if you don't deny your cravings, if you actually allow yourself to be led by your higher consciousness as to what to eat and what not to eat, you'll find that once you allow yourself to eat that craving, there is no guilt attached to it because you're being led by your higher consciousness. And you'll find that once you start working through some of the emotional trauma, the emotional baggage, the emotional weight that you're carrying, the physical weight will begin to disappear and stay off because once you heal something, it's healed. Now, you may have new traumas or new experiences that cause new emotional weight, but as you work through them, that weight will not come on the physical body. You will have worked through it. And this information, this truth may be a little hard to, let's say, digest. So you may need to listen to the video a few times to really allow that to sink in and allow that truth to be absorbed. So I hope this spiritual truth has helped, or perhaps it may help someone you know. And don't forget, enjoy your Thanksgiving dinner completely without guilt. I'm sending you all lots of love and lots of activation energy.